Bluff is home, but Auckland is where I'm from. I'm a Jaffa. I left 8 years ago, and I tell you what, coming back here is like seeing this place for the very first time, like a visitor. And I tell you what, this place absolutely shines. This is North. And so, to the end, the final episode, the Auckland episode. I've spent a third of a century in this city, and there's a lot to like about this place, and this is my alphabet of Auckland likes. A is for Avondale Markets. If ever I'm in Auckland on a Sunday and feeling a bit bored or not part of something, I'll come to the Avondale Markets. They're a real authentic sort of a markets. It's not the place to come to buy pesto or buffalo mozzarella, but it's a great place to buy sheets or chainsaws or bok choy or underwear. What do? Well, I just really come here to lurk and feel a part of something. I don't buy anything. Occasionally I'll get my haircut, that's about it. $8. B is for Britomart. I like trains, and what is more important is now the people of Auckland are beginning to like trains. And believe me, that is not the way it used to be. The Auckland commuter system used to be an absolute disaster. But a revolution has taken place. And I believe what has started this revolution is this gorgeous, beautiful, functional building here. And what I like is the planners could have built any old building, but they didn't. They took their time and they built something special. So well done, rail people, and well done, Auckland planners. C is for cave. And yeah, this is unbelievable. I'm at the end of this lava cave, which goes for about 60 metres. And that's the thing about Auckland, because it was all volcanoes, that all this lava came up, and as it cooled quite quickly, it made all these caves, and I think Auckland had about 150 caves. A lot of them are now destroyed, most of them are hidden, and this one is secret. But it's in Mount Albert, and driving along the street and looking at the house, you'd have just no idea where it is. It really is an absolute secret cave. It's quite phenomenal. That really is quite extraordinary. Who would have thought? D is for Dressmart. Yes, Dressmart in Auckland or in Onehunga is an unlikely thing for me to like, but it really is the success story of Auckland retail. Onehunga was a suburb that was sort of a bit tired, a bit on its way out, and Dressmart is a collection of second shops. Put the two together, magic happens. And I tell you what, if you've got visitors from out of town, they'll enjoy Dressmart more than they like Kelly Tartans or that bar made of ice. They will absolutely love it. And here's a tip. If you want to buy some clothes from a sale at your favourite shop at the high street or the mall, and it's still too expensive, just wait a week or two. Those clothes are bound to turn up at Dressmart. E is for error. I love this plaque. I think it speaks for itself. A bad day at the office for the stonemason. A month's work ruined. He's going great guns, blah, 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 till he comes to here, blah, blah, blah. He rests from his labours and his woes do follow him. The thing that I always wonder about is whether in fact he got paid for that work, or if in fact his woes do follow him. Or maybe he gave up stonemasonry and joined the gold rush. F is for Farmers Free Bus. And nothing screams my childhood more than the Farmers Free Bus that left from here to here The Farmers Shopping Centre, 6 stories of retail joy. These days it's the Flash Heritage Hotel, but in its day it was a remarkable shopping centre. As cheap as the warehouse, but much more organised. And it had a rooftop play area, sensational. And it had a parrot called Hector, which was a delight. But the thing that I enjoyed the most was the bus trip here. I don't know why, but all the things that made my childhood sing seem to be forms of transport. Maybe I like to be heading somewhere, maybe I like to be moving, I don't know what. But the Farmers Building and shopping experience was amazing. Maybe the warehouse should get a parrot, because Hector the parrot was very, very special. G is for garden. The winter gardens in the Auckland Domain. This is my place of calm. This is my oasis in the big city. Marvellous place to be. H is for hill. This is Mount Hobson, one of Auckland's many volcanic cones. It was occupied and fortified. It's terraced and there's Coomera pits. But what I think I like most about Mount Hobson is the view is such a lovely vista of Auckland. I also like the fact that to get up here, you can't just drive. You got to earn this view by walking up here. I think that's a good thing. I is for International Airport. And I love the fact we still call it International Airport, as though planes coming from overseas is still a big deal. And if I've got spare time and want to lurk somewhere, often I'll come here because I find watching the planes landing and taking off very soothing. And I also think it's important because for most of us, our migration myth is this place. We came from the sky, and I love that. And sometimes I'll just come to the food court at the International Airport and have a meal and just pretend I'm going on holiday. And sometimes for me, that's more interesting and restful than a holiday itself. No, running with the bulls. Yeah, in Spain. No, Machu Picchu did that last year. Oh, yeah, it was all right. J is for jogging. I struggled with this one. I couldn't really find a good J for Auckland. And I thought, what was Auckland famous for? Which famous person had come from Auckland? What had Auckland invented? Well, as far as famous people, I couldn't think of anyone really that came from Auckland. All our great cultural people, Janet Frame, James K. Baxter, Colin McCann, they all came from Otago. Edmund Hillary, he came from Tuakau. Colin Meads, he's from Tikawiti. So no one really famous came from Auckland. And what did Auckland invent? Well, nothing really. I think bungee jumping came from Queenstown. But Auckland invented jogging and subsequently round the bays. Story was 1962, Arthur Lydiard took his middle distance runners for long distance runs and called that jogging. And at the same time, Colin Kay, who was a businessman, got businessmen together who were slightly overweight, and they would, to lose weight, start running. And that was called jogging. The word wasn't new. The word had been around since Shakespearean days. Even in Taming of the Shrew, someone says to a gentleman, jog till your boots turn green. And jog meant to leave. But 1962, in Auckland, jogging was invented. Americans came across and went on those runs, and subsequently, jogging took over the world. K is for K Road, or Karangahape Road, and I think it's Auckland's most interesting street, although it's not as interesting as it once was. I see that the corporate coffee bars, the Starbucks and the likes have moved in. A lovely street, though. I like the fact that you can still get views of the harbour and the sea. From up here, it provides a good vantage point. And I love the story from the 1800s, the policeman that finds a dead horse on Karangahape Road, and he grabs it and drags it around the corner here to Pitt Street, because he's got to fill in the report and he can't spell Karangahape. Love it. L is for lava flow. As you probably know, Auckland is all volcanic, and some of the lava flows from the volcanoes could flow for miles. This is one of the most impressive lava flows, Meola Reef. They reckon the lava originally came from one of the Three Kings, and it flowed for 10 k's and 2 k's out into the Waitemata Harbour. This, for me, is one of my favourite walks in Auckland, but you need a low tide and you need good footwear, maybe a good sandal, leave the boat shoes at home, and you can almost, on a good day, get halfway across the harbour. M is for museum. This would be the building that myself, my brothers, my cousins and the neighbours would visit most often. Once we even bought a Maori club we'd found up here to give to them. We'd come and look at the exhibits, often would come just to walk around the ledge on the outside, but the reason mainly we'd come to the Auckland Museum was for the annual kite days. Before Pacifica and the Lantern Festival and WOMAD in Auckland, kite days were really as big as it ever got. They were magnificent. They should bring those things back. These days, I hardly ever come to the museum. Why? Because they've changed it on the inside and I don't like it as much. It might suit some, it's not for me. But from the outside, still a magnificent building. N is for Newmarket. And Newmarket is home to one of my two favourite sculptors in Auckland, and it's this one, and I love it. It's been here forever. It's by Mate Zume. It was built for Newmarket's 100th anniversary. Silly name for a suburb that's 100 years old, Newmarket, but there we go. The Mayor decided to have a competition to find a sculpture, and this one won the award, and it was made. And not only is it a sculpture, it's also a time capsule. The Mayor of the time chose some key objects to hide inside it, so it's a sculpture and time capsule and makes beautiful noise when you bang it. And I love the fact it always looks brand new. No one's tagged it, it's still here. Just wonderful. Kids play on it, it's a delight. O is for Otahuhu. Two reasons I love this place. One is Sam Wu's to eat, and two is this rail bridge and this view. You come here at sunset and magic happens. I just love this place. P is for Portland Road Bus. Oh, just all the way, thanks. Oh, if I was writing a book about the great roots of Auckland, then this bus would have to be the climax chapter, because the 703, the Portland Road Bus, is one of the Auckland transport system's best-kept secrets, because it goes all the way from Remuera into Auckland City without stopping, if memory serves me right, at any traffic lights. It even goes past almost the Prime Minister's house. In fact, if he got a job in town, he would probably catch the 703 Portland Road Bus. It's my favourite route. And I'm not even really a bus person. And on this quiet Saturday, the journey gets even better because the bus driver's name, get this, is Christmas. Thanks, Christmas. That was fantastic. Thanks, mate. Q is for Queen Street. Queen Street, in my mind, has been a planning disaster for a number of years. They got rid of the trams, a wrong move. They built high-rise buildings up and down it, wrong move, made it a wind tunnel. They put all the banks here and got rid of the shops, bad move, wrong thing to do. But the one thing they've got right just recently is their plantings, and these putting in of these nikals, these trees have done fantastically, and they set the city alight. They are magic, magic trees. I just love them, they are beautiful. It was such a fantastic thing to bring a bit of the forest into Queen Street. And these, of course, being nikals, the world's southernmost palm, and nikau, of course, Maori for no nuts. They don't bear fruit. R is for Rongo. And before the show, I had no idea what a Rongo is, but this is one here at Cornwall Park near One Tree Hill. It intrigues me, some form of kumara god. I have no idea where it came from, what it's made of, how they moved it, who owns it, why it's here, or what it does. But I tell you what, I think it's a thing of absolute power and beauty, a rongo. S is for spring. Bear with me, this is quite exciting. I'm in the middle of Auckland CBD on Eden Terrace. This is the law school, people in here studying, reading books, that's the law library, going to lectures. But behind here, down in the car park, out the back, is something really surprising and unexpected. So just follow me, walk this way or walk this way. Come with me through here, because through here, at the back of the law school, in the middle of the Auckland CBD is, for me, one of the most unexpected parts of Auckland history, because here it is. This is called Wairiki, which is a freshwater spring. Important to the Māori, they gardened here, kumara and the likes, and of course when they were settling Auckland in the 1800s, they found fresh water here, they needed it, they set up breweries, they set up cordial factories, they set up sarsaparilla factories, and this is the spring Wairiki that set it all off. And the amazing thing is, it's still here. No one knows about it, and what's more extraordinary, come here, collect your water. Have I busted? And that's plastic, that's not... I've pulled it out. That's bad, isn't it? Oh, it's not a very good spring anyway. T is Takapuna. Lovely beach, lovely walk, lovely harbour, lovely lava flow. 250,000 years ago, Lake Pupuki behind us erupted. The lava flow came across carrying tree trunks from the forest, which burnt, leaving these great holes where the tree trunks were. It's just fascinating. And what we have here, a big kauri tree would have been here. The lava flows come around, surrounded the tree is ignited and burnt, and what remains is this extraordinary hole. U equals underground. At the bottom of Parnell Rise, behind these brick walls, is 3.5 k's of underground tunnel. They go almost right through to Queen Street. They were built during World War II as air raid shelters for the office workers in Queen Street. They could accommodate 20,000 people if needed be. Obviously, they weren't ever used. They've now been filled up with rubble. I say get them open. I say fantastic tourist attraction. Transport, car parking, glowworms. It's quite remarkable. V is for Victoria Park. And in Victoria Park is the sculpture. It's a plough made of wood. How ironic, I love it. It's been here 40 years, made by the American Fred Loopstra. It's called Homage to Will. I'm not quite sure why, but it's great. Sponsored by the New Zealand Railways when it was made. And that's the thing about Auckland, it contains some fantastic sculptures in public places. Find them, feel them, touch them, taste them, love them. This one is fantastic, and I love the fact it's on grass, not in the concrete jungle. W equals Western Springs, Led Zeppelin, 1973. Enough said. If there was one concert I wish I'd seen, it was that one. In retrospect, probably more interesting than a kite day. And interesting enough, this is not Led Zeppelin. There's no footage of that. This is the Rolling Stones about 3 weeks later. What I like, it's black and white, but the crowd still looks colourful and contemporary. X is for crossing, and I love the way that in Auckland, you can still cross the street diagonally, and apparently around the world, this is very, very rare. I haven't travelled much, but in most places, you just go that way or that way. But in Queen Street, you can still cross diagonally, and that's a great thing, and we should celebrate that. North Korea, South Korea. And just quietly, very few places in the world you can do this.
The Barnes dance, named after the man who first introduced it, gives pedestrians a wonderful feeling of freedom for a few minutes and saves everybody's time at intersections.
Y is yum cha. Why? Well, what else begins with Y? And it's increasingly the way Aucklanders are eating out, and it's delicious, and even better, they're open Christmas Day. And if you're into instant gratification like I am, then this is the sort of dining for you. No waiting for the food to get cooked. See it, choose it, get it, eat it. Z is for zoo. 2 reasons I love the zoo. 1 is elephants. What a neat animal. And 2, the chimpanzees, because my most vivid memory as a primary school student is coming to the zoo and my teacher lighting a cigarette and throwing at the chimpanzee and the chimpanzee smoking it. And that seemed to me to be the most extraordinary thing I'd ever seen. Now I look back at it with complete revulsion. What a terrible thing that was. But I guess we can celebrate how far we've come with our attitudes towards smoking and towards animals. Hurrah! Something to celebrate. And it's been a long, long time since I've been to the zoo, and I'm surprised how upbeat and fun and under pressing it is. And the sooner they get a herd of elephants, the better. Anyway, that is my A to Z of Auckland Lakes. I'm out of here. Oh, this is really sad. This is the end of my trip. I started there in the Manukau Harbour, went to the top of New Zealand to the Three Kings, and back down here to the Waitemata. It was a trip I was really unsure about. This part of New Zealand for me had a lot of ghosts, a lot of memories, but to go back was fantastic. I found it to be an incredibly beautiful and historically interesting part of New Zealand, and to see my own family history, non-conformists, and a background in fish canning. Wow, who would have thought? Fish canning. But also for you, I hope I haven't spoiled a special place of yours in the north, that it's going to be ruined by too many people going to visit. And conversely, I hope I haven't ignored a place that's important to you. But gee, it's just a TV series. Other people go there. Enjoy this part of the country. It's beautiful. And probably it's a series I should have done a lot earlier. That's the north. It's where I'm from, although it's not my home anymore. But I tell you what, it's been a fantastic place to visit. Time now for me to head back to Bluff.